Hello, and what is going on, everybody? It is Master of the TDS, and I am joined by my lovely wife,
WritingRaven.
And we're back for another episode of Psycho-Synopsis.
Indeed.
Yeah, so you may have noticed there's some changes around here.
Just a few.
We originally were going to have an animation to show you as our new intro, but unfortunately kind of things fell through with that. We will have that in the future.
Yes, we will.
To show you. But for now, we don't have it. So enjoy the original intro for one last time. But yeah, there's been some changes. For those of you new here, Psycho-Synopsis is our segment where we summarize all the Psycho for you. Just a scattering of topics throughout the week, all summarized into a neat little package for you to consume at your leisure.
You're welcome.
That said, we hope you like the changes. Do let us know what you think of them. We are
open to feedback?
Yeah, we look forward to your feedback. And without further ado,
let's begin. And by bringing in our first client, Elvira, the former Mistress of the Dark.
Okay, so as you can see here, Cassandra Peterson, the iconic horror personality better known as Elvira, Mistress of the Dark, has not only become the latest celebrity to demand that Spotify deplatform Joe Rogan, but also dismissed those who disagree with her opinions as trash. Now, want to make something very clear. As you guys know, one of the things that we like to do in regards to this channel is we kind of like to not necessarily go into the politics of things.
Yeah.
You believe what you want, we believe what we want. You know, that's how it is.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to try to steer away from the political angle here. We'll say that if you like Joe Rogan, all power to you. If you don't, and you disagree with him, all power to you as well.
Indeed.
Our focus here is going to be more on the fact that Elvira did not respond well to people who had different opinions.
That is an understatement.
So as you can see, she posts, "I stand with musicians and artists, not with quacks and hacks. This cause is close to my heart. Please sign." Now, as we said, you have your opinion on that.
We're not discussing Joe Rogan. We're discussing Elvira.
But then when people began to say things like, hey, you've been censored in the past and this is kind of like censorship or whatever it is.
For those who don't know, to give a little context, Elvira's character, the character of Elvira, sold herself on being very attractive. Literally sold herself on that aspect. Her merch is based on that, her character is based on that, and that's what she was censored for.
Yeah, and so people were saying, hey, you've been censored for this kind of stuff, and, you know, this feels like you're kind of promoting censorship, or I don't agree with you. And they weren't necessarily being mean. I'm sure there were some people who were.
A few, maybe, but for the most part, people were saying, or most of her fans were saying, I don't understand why you're doing this.
And so she couldn't just leave that alone, which should have been the responsible way of dealing with it.
Yeah.
So she says, regarding fans, who are leaving me because they prefer disinformation over the truth, all I can say is it's time to clean house and separate the class from the trash. Bye-bye.
I basically said that by doing this, she was betraying everyone she once inspired.
And again, have your opinions all you want. I just think that one of the things that she should have done here is simply ignored it.
She should have just said nothing to begin with.
She could have if she wanted to say something, that's fine, that's her, she's allowed to do that. Whether this was something that someone paid her to say or whatever it was.
I don't know, but it's clear that this isn't actually Elvira talking, it's the actress behind her, Cassandra Peterson. And this is probably just another example of a celebrity trying to stay relevant in the world.
Absolutely. But again, regardless of your opinions, it's just not a very nice way to respond to your fans. Then she said, for people who would call this censorship, would it be okay if I had a podcast inviting experts to encourage people to drive drunk? If I crash and kill myself, big deal, it's my problem. How about the people you kill or injure in the other car? Do they matter at all to you?
How is that even the same thing?
Now, whether or not you have different opinions, can we agree that that's a very bad comparison to make?
Yes.
Very bad.
Oh, yeah.
Then a fan kind of came back and said, like, they don't necessarily agree with Joe Rogan, but they also don't agree that he shouldn't be allowed to say what he wants to say or whatever it is. And instead of Elvira, like, respecting his opinion or whatever, she says, bye-bye, don't let the door hit you in the ass on the way out.
I once had a lot of respect for Elvira. I do not anymore. I am one of those people who is extremely upset about this.
And as you guys know, my wife is goth, and she's, Elvira was a very big gothic icon, and to see her kind of get to this point where she's attacking her fans, regardless of the reason behind it, is just not a good look for her.
Not at all.
And it's a shame. Because, I mean, if she wanted to have her opinion, she could have.
Seriously, she could have, but she didn't have to attack people who didn't agree with her either. In my opinion, she has completely disgraced her legacy as the Mistress of the Dark and the title. Therefore, I have claimed it for myself.
There.
What? I'm someone who actually respects the people who follow me.
That's true. But again, we're not going to go into detail on the political aspects of this. Again, you believe what you want to believe. But the idea here is that it wasn't a very good look for her, especially someone who needed support from the fans and was, someone who was an icon, for a specific group of people.
Yes.
This is a shame. I think that a professional would have said this opinion, realized that people didn't agree, and then ignored it, and it would have gone away.
Yeah, she made it way much more of a bigger deal than it needed to be. And she has fallen. It's a real shame, but she has. We should probably move on before I get angrier. Bring in the next client. Interestingly, Brie Larson is in our waiting room.
Yeah. So Captain Marvel star Brie Larson has received immense backlash after buying a Flower Girls NFT and making it her Twitter profile picture. Now, I'll be honest, not a real fan of NFTs.
Me neither.
Doesn't mean you can't like them. If you do, you're welcome to.
I just don't get the point of them.
What we found funny was that as soon as she did this, people were saying, like, how could you do this to me? We defended you from all the people who hated your character, and then you go and betray us. And it's like, okay, like...
How is an NFT a betrayal?
Even that, like, it's like people were like, I fought in the trenches for you with the incels, whatever. I'm like...
What? Wait, someone said that?
Yes, someone, attributed it to, a war.
What? That's so stupid!
Yes, because disagreeing with someone on Twitter equals war now, apparently.
Idiots.
I just found it hilarious, and it's like, as we've said, and, as many people have said, people will champion you on this side of Twitter will champion you, but then as soon as you do something that's not aligned exactly with what they believe, you're done.
Mm-hmm.
So, do I think she's going to lose her job or even because of this? No. Do I think it's kind of hilarious?
Yes.
Yeah, I think it's kind of hilarious. Again, I'm not really a fan of NFTs, personally.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to go bash her for them. I don't really care. I'm kind of indifferent.
Yeah, me too. I just point and laugh.
I just think it was very funny that it's like, oh, well, I changed my profile picture to an NFT and now everybody who's been supporting me hates me now.
It is quite hilarious. Let's move on. Our next client is Gina Carano.
Yeah, so it's been a while since we've actually covered something Gina-related.
Mm-hmm.
Terror on the Prairie actress Gina Carano rebuked one of the biggest media lies told about her after the Walt Disney Company and Lucasfilm fired her from The Mandalorian. What she was rebuking here was that someone was saying how she was fired for being anti-mask and all this other stuff, which is not true.
No.
Do I think that could have attributed to why they wanted to get rid of her? Absolutely. Do I think Gina was anti-mask? No. Do I think that they were looking for anything they could to find a reason to get rid of her and they would, take anything?
Yes.
Now, as you can see, she's pointing to the actual post, and I want to make a point here that I don't see a lot of people making, and I think it's important to understand. People say that Gina did nothing wrong, and I agree.
I completely agree.
And as Jewish people ourselves, that's a powerful statement in of itself.
Yes.
But regardless of what you think of what was posted, I want to make a very important distinction here. If you'll look up there, right, you'll see that this was posted by Gina, but it was not her words.
It was a repost that someone else had posted.
People saying she was, fired for believing this, whatever. First off, she's not 100% wrong with what she said here. Second, she was not even the person who said it.
And that's what a lot of people are forgetting, is that she's being misquoted, but she's the one who quoted someone else. Right?
Yeah, and she wasn't even, it's not even here's what I think. It was just a post on Instagram.
That she agreed with.
That she agreed with and posted. But that doesn't mean that it was her words or whatever, so people saying that Gina said this and said that. No, she didn't.
She said nothing.
She merely retweeted
a comparison. That was all.
And how you feel about that, that's your prerogative. We both don't necessarily agree, we don't think it was something wrong for her to say.
No.
This just kind of highlights that, Hollywood and especially don't have rules, because other people have gotten away with saying things that are much worse and gotten only a slap on the wrist, whereas Gina gets fired. Then again, they were looking for reasons to get rid of her already.
Yeah, because they didn't like her for whatever reason.
They didn't like her because she wouldn't put pronouns in her bio, and even though she said she stood for people who wanted to do it, she personally wasn't going to do it. That was not good enough.
Yeah.
We both support Gina. We don't think she did anything wrong, and the fact that they're not even taking the time to look things up before accusing her of things is hilarious, because they completely undermine their entire authority and their credibility by not taking the time to do a simple Google search.
Hilarious and sad.
And she even posted something like,
"Journalists do research anymore." Yeah, they don't.
The short answer is, no, they don't.
The long answer is, no, they really don't. Let us move on with our next client. J.J. Abrams.
Okay, shoot her! Shoot her! If anybody gets that reference, you're cool. Recently deleted tweets from a Lucasfilm insider, Pablo Hidalgo, reveal J.J. Abrams initially wanted to destroy a fan-favorite planet in Star Wars The Force Awakens. Apparently, Abrams had planned to destroy the popular prequel trilogy planet Coruscant, but executives at Lucasfilm said no.
Apparently it was because he wanted to destroy the capital of the New Republic. So, because they said no to Coruscant, they had to blow up a different planet, which is what they did in The Force Awakens.
When I first came out of The Force Awakens, I was disappointed, but I wasn't upset.
Yeah.
I was disappointed because it felt like a rehash, but at the same time it felt like it set up some things that would have been interesting.
I enjoyed The Force Awakens when I first watched it only because I didn't really notice all of the bad things that were going on at the time.
It wasn't even that. It was like, okay, you kind of rehashed it, but I can see why you did that. Let's see where they go with this. Mm-hmm. And then The Last Jedi came along, and then, well, they made it very clear they don't care.
Yeah.
But I think it's weird that, like, what is with these people and wanting to destroy things?
A good question.
Like, wasn't it someone else wanted to destroy the Marvel Cinematic Universe in the Eternals?
Oh yeah, by blowing up Earth.
And then this one, I want to blow up the prequel trilogy stuff. I want to blow up this. I want to blow up that. You do realize there's more to a story than just blowing things up, right?
I mean, blowing things up is fun, but it needs to be done in practicality.
That, and also, again, like, there would really be no reason to blow up this planet. It would have been nice to have seen Coruscant again. Now, maybe Coruscant did make an appearance, and I don't know, because I have not watched The Rise of Skywalker, because I have no interest in doing so.
I haven't even seen The Last Jedi.
You're so lucky. I wish I could unsee it.
They're there, my love. They're there.
It killed my love of Star Wars.
Good point.
So, I mean, I wish I could have unsee it so that I could still enjoy, but, I don't support Star Wars now. I don't support Disney Star Wars, I should say.
Definitely not Disney Star Wars.
And I'm not that interested. I don't watch anything. I don't pay for Disney Plus. I don't care. Mm-hmm. And if you like it and you're enjoying it, all power to you. But I personally think that they've kind of missed the mark on some things. Actually, probably most things. That doesn't mean they don't make content that you can enjoy. But for me, I don't enjoy it.
Yeah, me neither.
Finding out that he wanted to destroy a really important planet and he just got told no, and they had to make up a brand new planet that was the capital and then immediately blow it up so no one was actually connected to it or had any significance to them.
Just because they wanted to blow up a capital planet?
I think it was funny because it's like, oh yes, here's a new capital planet. Oh, and it's gone. So we got no bonding with it, no understanding of it. It wasn't a fan favorite. I don't even remember the name.
Me neither.
Because it was like, yes, we made up this planet. Oh no, it's blown up now.
Just because there is an entire galaxy with billions of stars and therefore lots and lots of planets doesn't mean you could just make up planets. Let's move on. Still regarding Star Wars, but we are discussing the Book of Boba Fett.
You know the correct choice. The most recent episode of the Book of Boba Fett is Disney Star Wars to a T. It fails to understand Darth Vader's redemption in The Return of the Jedi. It creates contrived scenes just for the sake of them, and makes it clear it's tying into the abomination that is the Disney sequel trilogy.
Oh dear.
Want to preface this by saying, my wife and I have not watched the Book of Boba Fett.
We have watched reviews of it.
And we've watched a clip here or there, but we haven't watched it.
No.
Because we meant what we said. We're not supporting Disney. We don't care. In the Book of Boba Fett, and spoilers for anybody who actually cares enough, for some reason, Boba Fett's not in this episode again.
Yeah.
And we get to see Mandalorian go to find baby Grogu, or Yoda, whatever you want to call him. And Luke is training him, and Ahsoka's there for some reason.
And her head tails are still not long enough.
And basically, Luke tells him that, like, the Mandalorian finds him, gives him, like, this little, like, chainmail outfit and says to give it to Baby Yoda. And then he offers Baby Yoda a lightsaber and a piece of chainmail and says, if you take the lightsaber, I'll train you, but you have to give up the Mandalorian. Or if you take the other thing, you have to go back with the Mandalorian.
I mean, I think Script Trooper, said that this is basically him teaching the Jedi lesson of not forming attachments, but he's still a baby.
If you give him the gift, I don't think it's going to make him evil. Just saying. Then again, we're talking about the Luke from the Disney Star Wars. So for all we know, Baby Yoda will go to sleep at night, and Luke will suddenly decide, you know what? All my training and everything that I learned as a hero through all my journey, I'm just going to throw it away because they might be evil. I'm going to kill him now.
Yeah, apparently we see him building his hut from The Last Jedi.
But as you can see, I made the choice, the sequel trilogy or the original trilogy.
Let's go with original trilogy. Hell, I take the prequels over the sequels. I actually enjoy the prequels.
Baby Yoda, you know the right choice.
Choose the originals.
Again, we haven't seen it, so we don't know the full context, but long story short is it's like, here, look, it's Luke! And Ahsoka! And Baby Yoda! And Cad Bane makes an appearance too!
His face is too pudgy, it should be longer. Someone said, but he doesn't have a nose.
I don't care.
Yeah.
Like, yes, member berries, and?
How is Cad Bane even still alive?
I don't know, and quite frankly, as I said, I don't care. Bring as many people back as you want. Hell, bring Darth Vader back, for all I care.
Isn't he supposed to be dead?
The Emperor was dead!
Oh yeah, good point.
They can do whatever they want!
Unfortunately!
So, yeah, bring Darth Vader back. I don't care.
At least make Ahsoka's head tails longer. That's seriously bothering me. Her head tails are still the length of a teenager. They should be adult length.
No, back kitty.
But I'm not wrong.
You're not wrong, but you're still back kitty.
Sad.
But yeah, not that interested in Star Wars these days. Again, kind of just chronicling its demise. But look, Luke Skywalker.
Enough with the member berries.
I remember.
Moving on. Our next client, for some reason, is Robin Hood.
I'm being replaced. Toronto. Global has greenlit a scripted series created by Toronto music video artist Director X that reimagines the classic Robin Hood tale.
By making Robin Hood a female. Now, I want to point out, they are going to be changing the I in Robin to a Y. But when I did my research so we could discuss this topic, I discovered that had already been done in a comic book called Robin Hood, spelled with a Y, about a female version of Robin Hood. That is the character right over there. So if they are going through with this, they could technically get sued for copyright infringement.
Either that, or I don't know what they're doing. Honestly, it's the most unoriginal thing now. It's, oh look, we have this classic IP. Let's make the person in front female.
Why are you saying it like Inspector Waffles?
Because that's what they do.
Oh yeah, good point.
That's what they do. That's how they act. You know what would be smart? We should make the male a female. That will totally get people to watch.
Make it modernized for modern audiences.
Boop beep, boop beep. Oh no, look, there go our watch numbers. Boop 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 boop.
And all of the money.
Again, it just sounds like another CW show. It sounds kind of similar to the female Zorro that we discussed.
Yeah.
Again, not a lot of information out on this yet. I just think it's funny. Because it's like, really? Swapping the original male character to a female? What amazing idea! It's totally not been done before, like a bazillion times.
But I was actually surprised to find out that it had happened before. That comic book is from 2011.
True. And maybe they're adapting it? I doubt it.
I don't think they're adapting it, not by what the article said.
Yeah, apparently I think it's gonna be like, she's in like this rock band.
Or rap studio called Sherwood.
No, it's gonna be in the town of New Sherwood.
No, it's New Nottingham.
New Nottingham, and it's gonna be bands to be called the Sherwoods, or Who knows?
And I am calling it, Marion is going to become her LGBT lover.
Don't give them ideas, honey. Don't give them ideas.
But they're totally going to do it!
It's almost like we can predict what they've done because they do this over and over again, hoping for some insane change to occur that hasn't occurred all the other times that they've done it. But if they keep doing it, eventually something will change.
They never learn. That's really all we have to discuss on that one, so let's move on. Our last client of the day is Booster Gold. Not a very well-known DC character, but still a DC character.
Donald Faison to possibly play Booster Gold on Legends of Tomorrow. Now, this is not confirmed. We do know Donald Faison is going to be on the show. Mm-hmm. Again, we don't watch this.
No.
We just saw it was trending on Twitter and decided to discuss it. As you can see, Booster Gold's running away from CW saying, I'm not taking this abuse.
He is a bit of a narcissist in the comics.
But what bothers us is, as you can see, that looking at the character of Booster Gold, and then looking at the actor that might be playing him.
Does something seem suspicious here? I think so.
Race swap!
Dun dun dun!
How original! It, totally hasn't been done before, right?
Enough already!
Just, stop.
Please!
Now, we don't have confirmation that it's actually going to be him playing Booster Gold. So, it's possible that this is a wrong, and if it is, we'll admit that.
Apparently, though, he was supposed to play Professor Utonium in the cancelled live-action Powerpuff Girls.
I don't know if they're going through with that. It's been like radio silence.
I did say cancelled.
I really hope it stays that way because the script was awful.
Don't insult things that are awful.
But yeah, I don't care about the CW. I don't know how Legends of Tomorrow is even getting, even still on air.
It's in its 7th season, I believe.
I tuned out after the first.
I turned out in the middle of the second. It was the same thing over and over, like Power Rangers.
Go, go, Legends of Tomorrow.
It was just so predictable.
If this turns out to be true, again, congratulations. You're using the same tired trope over and over again and hoping that it will magically bring you viewers, and it won't. But if you feel like that might help, go ahead. But as we reported on in the past, even with the Arrowverse in full swing, the CW has never been profitable.
Mm-hmm. Even with Supernatural, with the success of that show.
So good luck with that. I don't care.
Nor I. And that's all our clients for today, which means it is time for the diagnosis of the week.
And we have an interesting diagnosis for the week.
Do tell.
So the diagnosis for this week is Ganser syndrome.
Please explain.
So Ganser syndrome is actually a rare dissociative disorder. It was actually even previously classified as a factitious disorder. But basically it's characterized as nonsensical or wrong answers to questions, doing things incorrectly, kind of being disassociated from reality, not remembering things, saying things that maybe normally wouldn't be said and stuff like that. And that kind of definitely summarizes, for example, Elvira, Brie Larson, and the fans who are attacking her now that were her fans before, and just a lot of actors in Hollywood in general. And so I feel like this is a good fit here because, again, it's just short bursts of random, what the heck are you doing?
Yeah.
Basically. So I feel like that happens a lot. Again, some may argue that it's the opposite, where they have short bursts of sanity.
Edgar Allan Poe?
I don't know. But regardless, I just think that this is a good description of what's currently going on in Hollywood. It kind of fits this pretty well.
I agree.
And now we move on to the remedy of the week.
And today we will be sending you to Happy Dinosaur 8000, our friend.
Yeah, Happy Dinosaur has been a friend to our channel and a friend to us for quite some time.
Indeed. He does movie reviews, is an emotional support dinosaur, a very happy dinosaur, loves food.
And recently, he just broke 200 subscribers.
Yes, he did. Congratulations, Dino!
So, congratulations to Dino. So, grab your fossils and head on over there and tell him that
Gothic Therapy referred you.
But yeah, that's all we have for this week. Let us know what you think in the comments below, and also make sure to like, share, comment, and subscribe with notifications on so you do not miss your weekly therapy session.
Or you will be charged. Also, follow my husband on Twitter, Twitch, Getter, Instagram at MasteroftheTDS. Follow me on Getter and Twitter at WritingRaven or at WritingRaven2. You can also find a link to our Discord server called The Clinic in the description below, as well as a merch link. Also, follow me on Wattpad at GothicWriter613 if you would like to read some of my work.
And yeah, that's all we have for this week, and we'll see you guys in the next one.
Gothic Therapy, out.